Hello, welcome to Mushabbar. Let's today talk about the new immigration rules for the work permits that have been in effect from 1st June 2022. In order to know about these new rules or these new changes, we have to go to the official website of the Swedish Migration Agency. So let's go to that website. I am the first ever international master student from Pakistan to Sweden. In 1996, I joined Chalmers University of Technology in Gothenburg. So this is the official website of the Swedish Migration Agency. And in order to know about these new rules, these new changes, we can go here, click this, and then go to permit for work. And here you can read about all the news that are applicable to the work permits. So the latest news is about delayed residence permit cards. We are not going to dig into this news, but the next news that has been published on 1st of June is about introducing new rules for work permits. So this is what we are going to talk about. And there has been also earlier news about the same thing. So here you can see a news about the same case, and this is the latest news. So let's click that one. So here you can read about everything that is applicable from 1st June 2022. So these are the new regulations, new rules that are applicable to the work permits, and they have been in effect from 1st June 2022. These rules are applicable in both cases. If you have already applied for a work permit but you have not yet got your decision, even then these rules are applicable to you, even if you have applied much prior to this date, to this deadline of 1st June 2022. But of course, these rules are also applicable to those people who have not yet applied for the work permits and they are going to apply in the future. The Swedish Migration Agency have described here two reasons about these changes, and what are those reasons? So there are basically two reasons for these changes as described by the Swedish Migration Agency. Number one reason is that they want to stop employers misusing their employees. Yes, in Sweden, there has been more than one cases, numerous cases of misuse of employees by the employers, especially they have been misusing blue collar jobs or odd jobs people, but also there have been cases where white collar job employees, foreign employees, have been misused, and they want to stop that misuse. I think it will be impossible to have a zero discrimination. There will always be some kind of discrimination or some kind of misuse, but these rules are going to help to stop this misuse at some level. So I think there will be less misuse in the future due to these new rules. And the second reason that they have given is that they want Sweden to become an attractive place for international competence. They want to attract international competence, and they want Sweden to be an attractive place for that. So these two reasons they have given, and I think these are good reasons, and it makes sense. In general, I personally think these rules are very good. Especially these rules are very good for those people who are highly qualified, who are professional, who have even certain skills, and if those skills are needed in Sweden, then I think all those kind of people they will get benefit from these rules, but maybe these rules are not good for a certain group of people, and especially blue collar jobs or maybe odd jobs people. There are some people who want to come to Sweden on any cost, and doesn't matter how low they can earn. So for those people who want to come to Sweden on any cost, and they want don't care about how much money they are going to earn, for those people I think it will not be good. They will not be able to come to Sweden in the future, but it is good for most professional people. So, and I think these rules are very good. So actually, and there is more positive than negative in these rules. So let's look a bit deeper into these rules. Here you can find the summary of these rules. If you want to dig more deeper than this summary, then there are links provided in the bottom. You can read these links, you can browse these links, and if they are applicable, you can go through them. These new changes or these new rules, they have impact on various types of work permits, and all those information, all these details are present in these links. So you have to browse these links, or you can also write question if you have a specific question, and then you can write your question in the comment section of this video. So let's look into summary of these changes. So the number one bullet is about most people applying for a work permit will need to present an employment contract before they can receive a decision. So in Sweden, in the past, it was possible to get a work permit even if you don't have a signed employment contract. And now you need a signed employment contract, and it has to be signed by both parties. And there are also some additional requirements that is not mentioned in the summary, but I have talked about that in the previous video, and that is about terms and conditions. Your contract should have good terms and conditions that should, and these terms and conditions should be comparable with the terms and conditions that are agreed by the Swedish collective agreements. And if you want to know about the Swedish collective agreements, you can watch my previous videos, or you can ask question in the comment section. But the basic point is that you should have a duly signed agreement. The agreement has to be signed by both parties, and it should have clear terms and conditions. It should fulfill the minimum criteria that is valid for the Swedish employees as well. So the next bullet is about if you have or are applying for a work permit, you must show that you can support accompanying family members the first time they apply for a residence permit as a co-applicant. This is about the maintenance cost. So if your family members are going to travel with you, and if they have also applied together with you when you are going to apply for a work permit, or if you have already applied for your work permit and you have applied together with your family members, then you should be able to prove that you will have a good enough income to support your family. And this is about the maintenance cost. We have already talked about the maintenance cost in my previous videos, so watch those videos, or I can have a dedicated video about maintenance cost that is needed to, if you are going to bring your family. It depends on how big or small is your family. So your monthly salary or your monthly income should be able to cover the living cost of your whole family. So this is all about that. The third bullet is about it will be possible to apply for an extended work permit several times. In this way, you can stay in Sweden for more than 4 years, even if you do not meet the requirements for obtaining a permanent residence permit. This is also very good. So simply it means that after 4 years, normally you are eligible to apply for a permanent residence permit, but you have to meet certain criteria. And in this case, if you don't meet that criteria, you are still eligible to apply for extended work permit, and you can do it for several times as it is clearly written here. So the next point is about you can apply for a visa if you need to travel abroad on a business trip. This is also very good. If you have applied for extension of your work permit and you are waiting for a decision, and during that time if you have to travel for a business trip, then you can do that. But you cannot travel outside Sweden for non-business purposes, for example, to meet your family and so on. But this option is good. I know I know some cases where people could not travel on a business trip because they were waiting for the extension of a work permit. So I think this is very good thing. And the next bullet is about a new permit is introduced for people who are highly educated who want to come to Sweden to apply for work. This is the golden opportunity. I think this is very good thing, and this is a golden opportunity for those people who are number one, highly qualified, who have some professional level of competence as well, and who have education on master's level or even higher. The higher education, the better. And number two, they should have enough finances to support their stay in Sweden. So these set of people, they are now eligible to apply for a work permit without even having a job. They can get a temporary work permit from 3 months up to 12, no, up to 9 months. So from 3 months up to 9 months, they can get a temporary work permit, and during this time, they can look for a job or they can start a business in Sweden. So I think this is a perfect opportunity, a golden opportunity for those people who satisfy at least two things. Number one, they have to be highly qualified. They should have good education on master's level. And second, they should have enough money or enough wealth to support their stay in Sweden during 9 months or during those months that they want to stay in Sweden to look for a new job, anywhere between 3 months to 9 months. Sweden, they want to attract new competence. They want to attract intellectual people, people who can help Sweden to grow, who are productive for Sweden. But they also want that Sweden should not pay for those people. They should come with their own money. So they should have a money to stay in Sweden, and during their stay, they can look for a new job or they can also start a new business if they want. But in order to fulfill that criteria, you have to take certain steps. I think we should make another video on this topic, because if I will talk more, it will take this video will become very lengthy. The basic point is that in order to get this temporary work permit, you have to satisfy the migration agency that you have a plan, you have some good plan to either do a business or to look for a job. You have to, they should have confidence on you. And I think we will make a separate video on this topic to discuss this in details. But this is the golden opportunity for some people, and this opportunity did not exist in the past. And if you want, you can utilize this opportunity and you can test your luck, and you have the possibility to stay in Sweden for the rest of your life if you want. It is a beautiful country, very modern country. The family life in Sweden is very good. So this is basically the summary of the new changes in the Swedish immigration rules regarding work permits. And if you want to dig deeper into this one, then you have these links here. But the message here is also very important. If you have already applied for a work permit together with your family is going to accompany you when you are coming to Sweden, they are going to live together with you, then in that case, probably you have to supply additional documents to the migration agency. Actually, or basically, you have to prove that you are able to cover the cost of your family. So you are able to support the maintenance cost, and we will make a dedicated video about this maintenance cost. And it depends how big or small is your family. You should be able to have a certain level of income. And if you don't have that level of income, you are not going to qualify to get a work permit. And this is important thing. So if you have already applied for the work permit together with your family, most likely the Swedish Migration Agency will ask for additional evidence to show them the proof that you are able to support your family. They can also contact your employer if needed for this case. So this is all for today, and these are the changes in the immigration rules regarding work permit. And if you are coming to Sweden and if you have applied for work permit to Sweden, then these new changes will be applicable to you. Thank you to all of you. Goodbye. If you like this video, please share this video to the whole world. Spread this video everywhere. We are confident that this channel is going to have a huge impact. This channel is going to change some of the lives of the people. So please subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon and stay tuned. Thank you to all of you. Goodbye.